I just want to see the players grow. I think growing with the organization is really important as well. I think what makes me happiest now is when I go on Reddit, I don't see people refer to them as renegades anymore. Well, in the first couple weeks, that was the case. And now it's everybody, yeah, the thieves. And I think we've done a good job of setting the pace and setting the culture for the rest of the year. This is our team. And this is the legacy that we're gonna build with them over time. And I'm glad that, the community is finally rallying behind that.
After Blast, we went to Serbia again to have a boot camp in Belgrade. I figured out what we had to work on the next boot camp, so we did that.
I think we tried to improve on some things that we were lacking still in terms of discipline, mainly.
I think the quality of CS and the quality of practice that we got was substantial. We had mixed feelings coming out of it. Some people weren't feeling too confident, some people were.
And I feel like, I'm gonna be straight up honest, I feel like we are working a lot, but we're just not yet in the flow, right? I don't know if anybody's feeling like that.
I think there was a combination of things that we had problems with. First of all, it's communication between players in and out of the game, especially when it happens out of the game.
With boot camps, I think last year, I think we traveled together maybe 200 to 250 days of the year. We're together a lot, so obviously stuff is going to flare up, there's going to be tension. We find our ways to fix that kind of stuff and talk it out for sure.
Working with our sports psychologist, Edward, yeah, he's a legend. We worked with him a lot in Renegades and he definitely helps, I think, everyone on the team. Getting to talk with the rest of the team under his advice, I think it definitely helped us out a lot. He's a really good asset. I don't think much was missing coming out of the boot camp. I think that we just weren't really, the year just hadn't started for us.
I don't think it went that bad, it went really good. I was kind of happy, but not the happiest.
We just weren't there yet. We hadn't arrived. And we took a while just to warm up into the games, but once we got going, we were good.
Come one, come all to the Intel Extreme Masters here in Katowice. 2020 is the year, and it is about as clear as our vision for the ESL Pro Tour that we are looking forward to right here, right now. I've got a day full of matches, and I, for one, am so excited to be here for another edition.
I think heading into Katowice, we were pretty confident. The first day was quite rough for us.
We went in fine, the preparation was the same, everything was the same like we usually do, we usually did in the past year. But in that game, everything was completely off.
And then we just got smashed.
Series, I think. I feel like G2 are the favourites for sure, but 100 Thieves, you can never discount them in these sort of matchups.
No, I don't think so, and especially because, it seems like some of their players are starting to find a more developed footing. Liaz, for example. Okay. Gratis Faction's been impressing a lot of people with his AWP.
His teammates might have set him up. Look how low Jackson X are.
I think that's the damage from Gratz Scout all the way from A. He's helped them on B, perhaps not enough, because Jax, with just 15 HP, finds a beautiful one-tap. Look at Liaz, though. He's lurking in the smoke and does manage to finish off.
When the game started versus G2, everyone was kind of just a bit shaky again. Mood died instantly after we lost one anti-eco.
Confidence, the discipline, the communication, everything was just off. We just played terribly in every aspect of the game.
I think they prepared much better for us, and we were just kind of going in there a little bit flat, and they just stomped all over us and we couldn't get anything going on. And when you can't string rounds together like that, it's really difficult to get any momentum going and stay positive throughout the game.
Yeah, it was rough. It wasn't nice losing a G2 like that. I don't think a single person was happy. We didn't say a word for an hour after the loss.
After we lost to G2, that was actually one of the first times after a long time that I had nothing to say. I was just speechless about the whole thing.
I don't know what actually happened. It just get to a slow start and just never got into it at all. Not on the first map, not on the second map.
You have to work past those sort of things. And I guess we did. We just we took the night off just to cool off.
And then we called a meeting. I think Aaron called it at maybe 5:30 or something. We ended up talking till 8 p.m. And it was a difficult talk, one of our, like I said, famous team talks. But you can, at the end of the talk, people were relieved, when you feel a relief of saying what you need to say and the air being clear. In match against Tyloo, people are not 100% like I wanted them to be, but we were getting there,
Going into the Tyloo matches, I think we're heavy favorites for that match, and I think that was a really good game, just for our confidence.
Nice.
We played with a lot more confidence in that game.
We managed to get over that hump against Tyloo, and then we just played better after that.
Matthew, thank you so much. 100 Thieves versus the Evil Geniuses. Inferno nuked us too. The Group B lower bracket semifinal. That's right, both these teams fighting for a lifeline in 100 Thieves and Evil Geniuses. And boy, are they looking sharp doing it. I'm a big fan.
We obviously wanted to beat EG. They've been our kryptonite for a long time. They've been impossible for us to beat. We came into that game very energetic. The mood was great, and that really transferred into our game.
Evil Geniuses, they're an absolute explosive team. You're a structured one. Do you think that you're going to be able to run rings around them?
That's the thing. In the past, they've always been a thorn in our side. They've always been our sort of kryptonite, but I think today that all changes and we take the W and get to Spodek Arena.
Just enjoy the game, huh? Yeah. Let's communicate, enjoy the game, let's welcome into the game.
It's at the point where I start like hating the EG players for no reason. I mean, I have nothing against them. I even watched Tarek's stream. I think he's a funny streamer. But when you lose and you lose and you lose to the same team, you start like, I hate these people. But right now, after beating them, I like them again.
Oh, that nade. Oh, that nade could be perfect. It is, yes! This is so dangerous. Breeze almost transferring over. Ethan is still here. 2-3.
Oh, he knows it. Round the corner, and one more kill for Gratisfaction. Again against Circus. Well,
It wasn't just like one person doing all the work or anything like that. Everyone was kind of stepping up at certain points. For example, like in freeze time, and when people die, people are commenting like what nades people have and like what spots people are in, and what you can do to work out the round and stuff like that. But there wasn't like any panic or anything like that.
Oh my God, that is filthy.
You can feel the frag, you know, people are getting like, you know, hyped. You know, the comms are better, the confidence is higher, like people are going for it. They're not playing not to lose, they're actually playing to win.
I think after Blast, everyone just saw like we can definitely beat these guys. They're not, they're not unstoppable. They're not impossible to beat.
It's only now just coming here. Ethan goes down, Circus next to Leon. A huge double.
Holy shit, it was a rough game.
What do you mean, did we won? Oof. It would have been rough if we lost.
How's it feel?
Feels great.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Still got one more match, but it feels good to finally break the kryptonite.
So after our EG game, I think we had like a 2 to 3 hour break in between that game and versing Mouse Sports.
It's definitely very hard to keep the energy and everything up and being focused the whole day as well. I mean, the worst thing is kind of that you play a best of 3, then you wait 3-4 hours, and then you play again.
I don't know, especially after a win in the morning, you kind of get like a burst of adrenaline, and then once that like wears off, you feel like the tiredness setting in. So you have to like re-pump yourself up for the next game.
You know, talk to each other and just destroy me like 3, 2, 1.
Now it's time to see whether 100 Thieves can get this Mouse Sports off their back. Christian, where's his health gone? It's Azza to take it from him. Armor's on Grat. You're going to want to see the body shots on him. Quick reaction from Azza. Oh!
Here we go.
It's all coming up, Trump. Azza.
It's JKS and Gratisfaction have to try and fight their way out of this one. Oh my goodness! It's a haymaker from Gratisfaction. B split. This is a straight up mid attack. And it's going to be the incendiary down and a great response here. They don't have to worry about the tunnels at all. They look very confident there's 5 players outside of this point.
Resilience in that game was really good, and that was the main thing that got us to the win. Just everyone staying positive and strong-minded, and it was great to see.
They're coming off a loss, we're coming off a win, so we should use that to our momentum, and everyone was super positive and it worked out well.
Two weapons down. Jacob looking to respond to stop the defuse. The spray's perfect.
Yeah, energy was high. I think we were just running off the high of beating EG still. Everyone was super excited and happy and felt good.
100 Thieves, who would have thought in a best of 3 against one of the world's best, they come out on top.
It's a huge victory, and they're in the quarterfinals of Katowice.
Yes!
Right Right now, we do have the very opportunity to speak with the head of the Intel Extreme Masters. That is going to be Carmack himself. Carmack, what's up, man?
Where's the camera?
Give me that one.
There we go. Sorry. Yeah, if you've bought tickets to Katowice, if you were hoping to see a wonderful event, had a great time at Spodek, especially for the first time. Spodek's closed. Yeah, sorry.
Obviously, the decision to have no crowd is the smart one, considering what's happening in the world right now, and the safety of the players and the people there is priority number one. It's unfortunate, but what you're gonna do? It was the better decision, smart decision by Poland and their government to do it like that.
It was a bit weird. You know, it's a really situation, pretty unfortunate.
I mean, we're super happy to be there and, you know, make it that far. And then I remember last year when we walked out versus MIBR in the quarterfinal, it's actually one of the biggest moments I have in CS because the crowd was unbelievable. There was like, it was an awesome moment. So not experiencing that again, it was a little bit sad.
I really wanted to relive it again, but, you know, not how the cookie crumbled this time.
The Intel Extreme Masters Katowice 2020 will drive on, and we will complete this Masters Championship. These are interesting times, but esports will power on. It will take a lot more than some coronavirus to stop this esports train.
Despite there being no crowd or anything like that, I don't think that really affected anyone. We played on that stage last year, so it was a lot more pressure last year when it was our first actual massive crowd experience.
You have been on some run at this tournament.
Yeah, definitely. We've had a rough start to the year, and to come through the lower bracket that we did, we played great, and we got to continue on from here.
Now you're at the knockout stage.
Well, after that match against Mouse Sports, like I said, everybody felt that we are back. You know, everything is normal, and we are gonna go all the way. Obviously, 2 close games against Fnatic, they're always dangerous.
They smoked off mid, they went and took control, got the information. Yusuchi JW rotating over, he's gonna get there quick. He has one flashbang he can use from afar to help out. Surely, yeah, Flush is gonna get that one burning. It's the rest of 100 Thieves, and he's got 2.
He sees at the top of the face, but Flusher will win that fight. A quad kill now, and he's gonna get the ace.
We kind of had an understanding of how they play, but I know that they play fairly loose, so it's like you can't really counter a lot of the things that they do. You kind of just have to play your own game and make sure that in that round you know what they're doing and what you can do.
They do have a Molotov, and with the Krieg out, they sneak through. The Molotov actually doesn't do anything. 28 seconds, and this should not be a winnable round for him. He's so low already. JKS on the other side. One bullet will do. Oh! No way! I see the 16 trims! A godlike clutch!
Everything goes the way of Fnatic, and that is the power they wield on this stage.
It sucks to lose in the tournament. It doesn't matter if it's a quarterfinals, group stage, finals, it always sucks.
Obviously, it sucks to lose a really close game, but at least you can say that you tried. During that Mouse Sports one, when we beat them, I was like, yeah, we can win this whole thing. And then Fnatic, they just didn't go our way.
I know how much it must have hurt those guys to come that close and fall short, but just to see that we could play at that level is a liberating feeling. And I know that they're even hungrier than ever, knowing that they're right there. They got a taste of it. And I'll tell you, when you have that self-realization that, holy we can be the best, I mean, they're probably gonna be working harder than they ever have before.
Comparing it from now, from Odin's, I think back then we were definitely burnt out towards the end of the season, and now we're a little bit more revamped, a lot more energy.
On the bigger picture, we know the year just started, and we got our mojo back, so we should be fine.
I think we're feeling very confident going into ESL in the major. We definitely always have. We've had very good runs in majors before. Like, why not us? Why can't we do it?
Obviously, we played a good tournament here in Kato, but we are not already all the way where we want to be. Obviously, it's going to be. I like the fact that between, for example, Kato and Pro League, and then Pro League and Major, there's massive gap. So every team can reset, fix their things, improve on some other things, get a new playbook, and everybody has enough time to prepare, so there is no excuses. We were crowded, there's this tournament, that tournament, you don't have time, jet lag, whatever. There is no excuses anymore. It's gonna be, you're gonna be ready or you're not gonna be ready. Simple as that.
We got to Warsaw after our 11, 12-hour flight.
And all of a sudden there is a message, guys, I cannot get into the country. Like, Aaron, excuse me?
I had gone over my Schengen day limit for the last 6 months.
Panic starts, we're all like thinking what to do, and luckily we had like bootcamp place in Serbia to help us out. So, but yeah, Aaron just got deported, nothing major.